Hey, how you guys doing? I'm the Anime and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be adding an air intake into my 2011 first generation Kia Forte sedan. Now, I've been wanting one of these for quite some time now. Now, originally, I actually was getting a completely different air intake. That air intake would have gone down here and would have been sitting inside the bumper. But I had to make some reconsiderations, considering the fact that I do live in an area where it does rain a lot, and when it does rain a lot, it does tend to flood. And I do drive this car a lot. It's not the main car, at least not anymore, but it does rain a lot, and I do like driving this car a lot, especially in the rain. And it would really suck if I went through some type of flood water, or even accidentally hit a puddle that I didn't even know that was a puddle, and got in water into the air intake, which would be sucked into the engine, and then my engine would be seized up. So with that being said, I had to go for an alternative, which would be this inkjet air intake. Now, this one actually sits in the engine bay, not down there in the bumper. One thing though, and I do know what you guys are going to say, you know, it's a cold air intake, sure, but it's sitting in the engine bay, so it's kind of a hot air intake. And look, I understand. I want the one that goes into the bumper, because I know when it's not sitting in the engine bay and it has a little bit more air to breathe, the performance of the car is way better than it is in the engine. But again, like I said, because I do live in a very wet climate that does tend to flood a lot, I'm going for the much safer option, which I think it's a better option personally. And on top of that, it makes the engine bay look nice. Now, one thing though, I must say, my car is automatic. Yes, I know, automatic transmission. But you know what? I really don't care. I just really don't care, and you shouldn't care either. I mean, unless you really do. If you do really care, let me know down in the comment section. Cry as loud as you want. I will not kick you, at least not for the moment. But yes, we are going to be taking off the stock air box here and putting on this inkjet air intake into the vehicle. Now, before I start, I do want to let you guys listen to the car, what it sounds like with the stock air box in it. Obviously, it's going to sound pretty normal, kind of quiet, not going to make too much noise. But when we do put on the air intake, you know, it'll be a little bit more aggressive, hopefully. So, yeah, I'll let you guys listen to that now. Alright, so yeah, you heard what it sounds like with the stock airbox. Sounds pretty quiet, not really that aggressive, but hey, it is what it is. Now also, I did actually take the liberty and actually seeing how fast this vehicle goes with the stock airbox. No modifications, at least not the air intake or anything. The first one I did was with the car in complete manual mode, which, if you don't know, for the first generation Kia Fortes in automatic, they do have a somewhat sequential type of transmission option. So I did that option. Believe it or not, the time was actually worse on that, but the best time I got is displayed right here on your screen when in manual mode, at least for me. And then in complete auto mode, it actually comes out to a much higher time, which is also on your screen right here. And I did 3 runs for both modes, so these are the best times I got for both of those modes. So we're gonna see if there really is some type of improvement for my vehicle. So yeah, anyways though, enough talking. Let's get this boy in there. So first thing we gotta do, pretty easy stuff. We gotta take this cover off first. All right, here we go. That's the first part right here, and then this whole part right here, this box right here, I think we're gonna have to get rid of this tube as well. And I think that should be it. Well, obviously this down here as well. And then also, obviously, the air filter inside this box has got to go. All right, so here is the pipe that's going to be going into the car. Let's actually see how it will fit in here. So, yeah, this part is going to be going down here. And then this is going to be connecting to this little screw right here. And then the filter will be going right here. Sitting right here with the boxes, which believe it or not, we don't have to take this entire system out. It just only wants us to take the top part and this tube right here off. This part right here actually gets to stay, so you don't need to replace that. All right, so first I'm actually going to kind of set up the intake hose here and see how it looks. So first of all, I do want to point out, so if you buy this for the first generation Kia Forte and you happen to have a manual version, you see there are actually two inlets right here. What you're going to do, you're going to plug whatever hose that you need that comes in the manual version will go right here. I don't really have too much knowledge on this, but I just try to help you guys out just in case you do have the manual version. If you don't have the manual version, you don't need this hole. In fact, there's a little black piece here. A little black piece here. It'll go right over this hole and plug it up completely. There you go. See, it'll plug that right up because you don't need it. It's not necessary for your car. Your car is not a manual. The manuals, they do have like an extra hose. Don't quote me on this, but I think somewhere back here. I'm not sure, but yeah, you don't need this hole if you have an automatic. So this is not necessary for your vehicle. All you'll need is this hose right there if you have or you're running the automatic version of the Forte. All right, so we do have two hose clamps. These will go on both sides here. And then we do have the hose that is going to connect to the engine and this part right here. So we'll get those all set up. And then this screw right here that's in the bag will be used to mount this to your engine. So that'll be pretty cool, pretty interesting. And then we gotta get out the main attraction here, which is the air filter. Now this is not like K&N. I think at some point I'm probably going to have to like either like replace this and get a new one. I did kind of look into the K&N air filters. I like the design, don't get me wrong. It makes it look like really like crazy professional inside the engine bay, but I don't know, I kind of like this one better. All right, so I got most of the air intake set up. I got the air filter on here. I got the hose right here. I'll probably have to take this off because I'll have to use the clamps to clamp this on, which I'm probably going to have to like reuse those. I did get the hose on there, and then again, you plug up this hole right here with a little black thing that they will supply with you or for you. One thing to know, to get this clamp off, you're going to need some type of pliers. Just use this and you know, squeeze down, wiggle it off, and you should be able to pull this right off. And the same for this part right here. And then for this down here, you're going to want to use a screwdriver. And I don't think you need a screwdriver for this though, because this is kind of attached to this, because this part right here just comes straight off. So that's very easy to do. So yeah, you have to get this screw down here and start unloosening it. So I'll start doing that now. All right, so we got this part off. Extremely easy. This is a very, very easy thing to do. And then all you gotta do now is just take out the air filter, which let's see how dirty this thing is. It's actually pretty good. I did actually get this car serviced not too long ago, so yeah, it's not really surprising that it's pretty clean. But yeah, there we go, completely torn out. And then also, again, I have to get this other tube out too. I'll take that out a little bit later. But what I do want to do next though is I do want to add another part on here, which does come with the kit, which is where the air filter is going to sit on. Again, you don't need to remove this. This stays inside the vehicle. all you have to do is get that part, put it on top of here, and then the air filter will sit on top of that. So let's get that part right now, which I didn't actually show off actually. All right, so it's like a little black plate. This is where your air intake is going to sit. And actually it's pretty easy. It's actually going to snap right on. Very similar to how your air box used to sit. It's going to snap with these little cables right here. All right, so you're going to take this metal plate. At first I thought it was actually going to be on this side, but it's actually on the other side. So just set it on top of the bottom air box right there, and then it's going to snap on in place. You see that? Snap right in there, snap right in there, and then the last part right here, snap. And look at that. It's like it's part of the car now, literally. All right, so yeah, that is one part you need to put on there, and then the air intake will go on top of that. So yeah, let's continue though. I need to get this tube off. I keep forgetting about that. Okay, the next thing I recommend doing is putting this piece on, tightening it first. Before you try to put it onto the car, you know, wiggling all over the place. Try to tighten it just a little bit. So when you try putting it into the car, it doesn't fall into the engine bay and then you end up having another problem. So I would recommend tightening this down first before you do, because this is going to go on the engine part of the car. All right, boys, she is in. Now make sure this hose clamp screw is facing out in this direction right here. Everything's good. I'm gonna put the clamp on here in a second. And one thing to note, it does seem that you might actually have to do some cutting of this tube to get it to fit, because right now, as it stands, this is entirely too long to fit on here. And according to the directions, it doesn't say you need to keep these clips on, but I'm going to keep them on just for the heck of it. I don't see why not. Extra security, in my opinion. So yeah, you are going to have to cut a little bit of this to get this on. And then I just need to get this screw on here. And I think we should be all good to go, honestly. Did trim that part right there. Everything fits nice and perfectly, nice and snug. Again, these are optional. I would suggest using them. A little bit more security. And then the last thing we can do is put this screw in here. So it does come with these right here. You're going to put this part first, and then you're going to put the screw in second. So I'm gonna actually do that live. And the wrench the thing you'll need to screw it in is a 10 millimeter. So all right, so it might need a little bit of adjusting here, just to make sure everything fits in nice and perfectly. But yeah, after that, all you gotta do is kind of hand tighten it just a bit until you really can't hand tighten it no more. And then get the 10 millimeter wrench out and start going at it until it's completely tight onto the vehicle. All right, and that's all tightened here. Everything is good. Air filter good, clamp good, hose is good. Everything's all nice and firm. 2 clamps down here are good, and yeah, there we go. New cold air intake installed. Now let's go and turn on the engine and actually make sure everything is going smoothly. All right, first start up with the brand new cold air intake. All right, everything seems to be okay. Let's get back in here and I'll give it a nice little rev. Oh, let's see. Is the car warmed up? Yeah, it is warmed up. Okay, let's give it a nice little rev. Woo! Hear that? That sounds so freaking good. Holy crap. Yo, the car sounds so much more alive. What the heck? Oh, that is awesome. I love that. I love that a lot. Here, we're gonna set you guys down here for a comparison test to when the car was completely stock, or at least had the stock airbox. So let's give that a rev. That's pretty good. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, it makes the car sound a little bit better. I think I'm actually take it for a little cruise for a bit. But before I do, let's patch things up here. Just gotta put the engine cover back on, which should fit on nice and perfectly. Alright, look at that. A nice seamless fit. And then we got the old air box over here. Do not get rid of this. Keep this, just in case you have to take this car back to the dealership. I don't know. You don't want them saying stupid shit like, oh, well, your car broke down or whatever, and we can't replace anything because you have a, you know, an aftermarket intake. Yeah, if anything does break for whatever reason, switch this back to stock and then take it to the dealership. But yeah, I think we're good to go. One thing that I am a little bit interested, it does kind of shake a bit. I don't know, it might just be the engine itself. I don't know, but everything seems to be good. Alright, so I'm in the middle of the road right now. I'm at dead stop. Dead stop, dead stop. And I'm going to go. Oh man, that sounds so much better, bro. That sounds so much freaking better. Holy crap. Yo, it just brings the car alive. Now, I'm running this with no no aftermarket exhaust or anything like that, so, you know, it sounds pretty decent. At least within the engine bay, but I guess the next step is now an exhaust system. So I'm still looking for a pretty good, decent exhaust system. I don't know if I want to do the whole cutting up the exhaust option quite yet, but you know, it does make me wonder though, because unfortunately a lot of the good exhausts for the first generation Forte are no longer being made anymore, unfortunately. So it does kind of suck, but I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Alright, so final thoughts on the Injen cold air intake. It's pretty solid. I like it. It does the job. It brings the car to life just a little bit more. I don't know exactly how it is performance-wise. I'll have to test that out on a much better day than today in a much more secluded area. So I'm like nowhere near anybody or even any cops for that matter. So I can like truly get some good numbers. Most likely I'll probably get those numbers before the video ends. I'm not going to record myself obviously, but I'll get those numbers for you guys. I'll put them up on the screen if I can, just to see if there's any difference. Again, I am running an auto, so you know, a manual might actually be better in this circumstance. And again, also cold air intake is in the engine bay, not down here, so also take that into, you know, the factor of, you know, improved horsepower and stuff like that. But yeah, to me, honestly, it's pretty solid. And the install is pretty clean. I like it. I like it a lot. It really just matches right into the engine bay. So yeah, anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video of me installing a cold air intake into my first gen 2011 Kia Forte, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, because I am doing more stuff to this car. But yeah, anyway, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.